at least for a season, but I know he maintained his 20-plus points per game mark with them for several years, and he was the leader there after John Wall ultimately left. So to kind of see how his career has played out, the trajectory that it's the way it's kind of fallen. Just sucks to see Bradley Beal, who was once just this prolific scorer in the NBA, turn into this where who knows, man? Like injury like this, that's like debilitating to the point where you can't even walk, like a hip injury. Um, who knows what's next for him? Like that's my biggest concern. But hopefully he can just get healthy, get mentally healthy, physically healthy, and go from there, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of been a story with Bradley Beal's career the past several years, just injuries. Can he stay healthy? Even his later days in Washington, he just was dealing with a lot of injuries. When he got traded to Phoenix, he was dealing with injuries. And now this breaking news right here just dropped. But, my advice to Bradley Beal would be, if you don't see yourself kind of coming back to that old form like you once was, take the Damian Lillard approach. Go back to Washington and be a mentor to those young guys and just end your career out the right way. I'm pretty sure they'll welcome him with open arms. So just saying that that's that. Also, man, we got a few other injuries that transpired and a few guys that's on their way to returning back to the NBA. Jalen Green, man, unfortunately, his first game he looked good. His second
Yeah,
game he went down with a hamstring injury. And man, hamstring injuries are never good. And we got the news that he's going to be out basically another month after undergoing them diagnosing him with a hamstring injury or whatever it was. But the fact
yeah,
of the matter is, it definitely sucks. 'Cause like I said, he looked damn good in that first game. And then also, man, LeBron, man, he's ramping up. They sent him down to the G League, and he's going to get his reps in or whatever. It's going to be very interesting to see how how the Lakers been looking thus far without him. How, is he
yeah.
going to come back and help those guys or just ruin everything? But we'll see. But what are your thoughts on those two guys, Jalen Green and LeBron, man?
Yeah. Jalen Green for him, it's kind of similar to Bradley Beal. Like he was going to get a fresh start in Phoenix, see what that role looks like. The first game back, the role looks great, right? He looked like he fit right in.
Yeah.
Found his grounding quickly, and now you have this setback. Which, to your point, man, hamstrings linger. If they bring him back too soon, it could be something that lingers
Yeah.
around all season. Just watching, the time when James Harden was on the Sixers, he had some hamstring injuries, and it even if they try to play through it, you're not going to play right. He's
Yeah.
obviously a very athletic player, so it's something that could hamper him for a good while. As far as LeBron, we talked about this last episode, but it is interesting to hear it's actually coming to. He is going to be returning to this lineup. And once again, you just have to wonder what it all looks like, the touches, who brings the ball up. Austin Reeves averaging 30 points per game, right? Like I don't know if he's still averaging. I haven't looked at his updated numbers over the last week, but averaging 30 points per game. I don't think that's going to happen when LeBron returns, but that's probably a good thing. I don't know if that's something that could be maintained throughout a regular season. So we'll see what LeBron looks like. I'm sure we'll hear about his play in the G League. He's that well talked about over
Yeah, that's LeBron for you. His name holds a lot of weight.
there.
But
Facts, so. But
uh,
what about yourself, man? How you feeling?
well, with those two guys, I mean, I don't really have much to say about Jalen Green. The Suns, they is what they is at this
It's
point.
what it is.
He
Yeah,
looked damn good in that first game. I will say that his jumper looked more smoother and stuff. Watching the highlights and stuff. But it's definitely unfortunate. It's just something about them hands, man. Like just something about him. You alluded about the James Harden. He's had a known history of hamstring injuries, and
I
it's
think they
never.
debilitated his career for a little
Mhm.
bit, like
Yeah,
towards the end of that Houston time. But
yeah, it's never good. But hope all is well to Jalen Green. But LeBron, to your point, you know, we're just going to see how it look. Like Austin Reeves having a career year. When he gets inserted back into the lineup, will he either help him or just take away from him? But it's interesting to see DeAndre Ayton has been looking promising. But yeah, that's that. But while we on this topic of like injuries slash returns, you got a few guys over there that's on their way to returning. Joel Embiid being not the lineup, we're just trying to get him to be stable in the lineup. But you got Paul George on the way back, man. In the final stage of his recovery from the offseason knee surgery, return is indeed coming soon. Joel Embiid's status, on the other hand, day to day with knee soreness, load management will indeed continue. But I will say this. Your Sixers resiliency, though, bro. Philly has played 9 clutch games already, most in the league, going 6-3. So that just says a lot about you guys' togetherness and the way you guys are just trusting one another to go out there and make the right play. And shout out to Tyrese Maxey, the franchise, for holding it down. But the real question comes in with this, bro. How much will Paul George return change the Sixers ceiling? Because it can go left or it can go right. You've seen the way Kelly Oubre has been looking early on to start the season. When Paul George comes back, does he take shots away from Kelly Oubre, or does he just take like a step back and let these guys cook up and then eventually find his way? But that's my question for you, man.
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and we'll continue to find out more as players return for this Sixers lineup. Jared McCain just came back as well. He hasn't really got into the flow of things just yet. I think Embiid, the thing with his knee, right? The knee soreness that he's dealing with is actually the other knee that he didn't have the surgery on over the offseason. So there was a little bit of a concern there, but MRI showed no structural damage. So Embiid should be good with just a little bit of rest moving forward. Paul George, as you mentioned, should be returning soon. And to answer your question about Kelly Oubre and the starting lineup and how he'll fit in, I think he's just a better version of Kelly Oubre. Now, I know Kelly Oubre's done a lot of great things this season. He's been maybe the third most consistent player on the team behind Maxey, and VJ's kind of tailed off a little bit of late, right?
I
He's
say second.
gone cold shooting.
I think Kelly's second now.
Who, Oubre?
Yeah, the second, like most consistent.
Most consistent. The only other guy that I would maybe throw in there is Quentin Grimes, but obviously coming off the bench, a little bit different role than Kelly Oubre, who's starting right now. All that being said, I think when you look at what should be the end result for the Sixers starting lineup, I think it could be one of two things. I think it can be Maxey, VJ, Oubre, Paul George, Joel Embiid. I think it can be Maxey, VJ, Paul George, Trendon Watford, Joel Embiid. And I kind of like the second option more just because I think we already saw what Trendon Watford could do the other night against Toronto. First game starting, gets a triple-double, 20-point triple-double, by the way. So I think he's obviously a good fit next to Embiid. He can pass, he can dribble, he can play make, he can shoot. He can do a little bit of everything, so I think he should start. He has more size than Oubre or Paul George. Then when you start to think about Oubre's fit within those guys, right, Paul George is a much better shooter than Kelly Oubre. And Kelly Oubre he's shooting 35% from the three-point line this year. It's better than his career averages. But Paul George is a 38, 39% type of three-point shooter. He's just more efficient from out there. And I think that could be deadly with the way Maxey and VJ are playing right now, getting in the lane, mixing it up, able to get in the paint at will. So I think, to answer your question, Paul George is going to make it better, bro. I think he's going to space the floor more for Maxey and Embiid, and I think he's just going to be a more efficient version of Oubre. Plus, you get to bring Oubre off the bench with McCain and Grimes, which I think is very deadly. So, yeah, that would be my plan.
That sounds about right. I think at this stage of Paul George's career is not about making all-star teams or, being that second option. It's just about trying to go out there and win a championship before his career is all said and done. So it's saying that I did tell you, bro, that Trent Rufford, bro, I said he's one of those players. He's not necessarily good at one thing. He's just good at a lot of things. And like you said, yeah, just like you said, he went there and got y'all when it got a 20-point triple-double. So it just speaks volumes to his skill set.
He had I want to say 17 assists in that game.
Yeah, he had a lot of assists. I seen that crazy stat line.
It wasn't like that. I knew he could do a little bit, but
yeah. He's a very smart player. I have him on my fantasy league.
Really?
Yeah,
he's a solid role player on fantasy for sure.
Yeah, he does me good. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, though. I think Paul George helped you guys for sure.
Well, I wanted to ask you, what would you?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Who would you start if you were running the Sixers and everybody's healthy? Who would you start?
Who would I start? On the top of my head, obviously Maxey at the 1, Joel Embiid at the 5.
Right now, it's Maxey, VJ, Oubre, Watford, and Embiid when they're healthy, right? When Embiid's in. That's the starting lineup right now.
See, this is where you got to kind of pick at. To me, it comes down to Wofford and Oubre in that lineup. Because like Wofford to me is like a poor man's Draymond. Like he does all the little intangibles. He play makes, he rebounds, he gets down dirty. You need guys like that, like in starting lineup. It takes a load off a guy like Maxey to initiate the offense.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, that's somebody like Kelly Oubre is guarding ball for y'all. He's getting deflections, getting in lanes. He's athletic. He's been knocking down his shots. So that's what it comes down to those two for sure. But in the end, I probably have to be a little different and go with Wofford because you could, have PGA at the three, and then VJ is athletic for his size, so he can guard ball. So
Yeah.
I go Maxi, VJ, PG, Wofford, and Joel. But the thing is, though, when you make a decision like that, you just don't want Kelly to be like disgruntled because he's been having one hell of a season. He has every right to start. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The best five would be Maxey, VJ, Oubre, PG, and Embiid. Like if
yeah.
just going like contributions.
Mm-hmm.
But when we start to talk about fit, is where I start.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a guy he can play, make, rebound.
Exactly.
Defend. So.
Oubre could come off the bench and he can just go get buckets if he wants to. You know what I mean? Like with that second unit,
Yeah,
he can
Jeremy Kane.
whatever he wants, really.
Yep, Jeremy Kane, Quentin Grimes, and Oubre. Yeah, that'd be a nice,
That'll be the scoring punch. I don't know if you may not have peeped last night. My man Justin Edwards.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Justin to me, he always been kind of nice. I've been watching. Yeah.
That was his first pop-off game of the season. He had 22. I think he went 5 for 6 from the three-point line. He was out there like it was a good sign, man. I like your depth for sure.
Yeah, I say this like we're not gonna talk about my boy Cade Cunningham punching on Andre Drummond.
Yo, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because respect, bro. Like I watched that live. I just you kind of turn the cheek like, oh damn, like he really did get punched on.
Yeah,
something that wasn't put on like the national scale because the Cade Cunningham dunk on it was an and one. It was literally on top of Andre Drummond, like it was a punch on him. That one went viral. But right after that, bruh, Maxey went down on a fast break and yammed right over top of Cade. So, like, he kind of got him back. It's not the same. He didn't go through Cade.
Mm-hmm.
A little to the side, over the side type of yam over Cade on the fast break.
Yeah, but poster is a poster.
Poster is a poster, right? But nah, the Cade John was one of the better ones I've seen this season so far.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a dog. He's a dog for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of Cade Cunningham, man, let's talk about this new All-Star format.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man.
We have not talked about this at all.
No, we haven't. Man, the NBA presents a new All-Star game format. 3 teams set up. Team USA versus Team World versus a third wild card team. No position limits. Starters chosen purely by votes. No 2 guards plus 3 forwards restriction. Round robin style. Each team plays twice. Top 2 meets in the final quarter for the win. I say, like, do you think this is actually more competitive? Like a more competitive way to get these guys to compete? Or is it just another ratings play by, like NBC or things like that? And then like a follow-up question, like which stars you think benefits the most, like without no positional caps,
Interesting. I'll have to think on that second question for sure because I haven't even begun to think about that. As far as the ratings, like, is this better than before? I think it could be. I guess the big confusing part for me is the 3 teams thing, right? Like if it was just US versus world, I think it would be competitive. I think when you put on like the US flag or whatever, right? However they would do it, maybe they put on their own original country's flags on their jerseys or whatever, but you play with a little bit more pride, right? When you're playing for something like that. So I can see the idea behind it. I just don't get like the 3 team like rotation type of shit. Like I don't see how that makes it more competitive. I mean, I guess from a money standpoint, if you get to paid more per the games you get to play in on that stage, then yeah, sure. But I think they needed to find a. I don't know how though. They have to like find a way to make it competitive. To answer your question, no, I don't think this is going to make it competitive. I think it would just be the players deciding to be competitive in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it makes it more competitive, man. I don't see how it would. I
That's
guess
fair.
is my answer. I really can't
That's
get my head around it that way.
it's fair. I say like I appreciate them just willing to change something because it's kind of like you can appreciate that as a fan, just seeing something being changed because for the past 4 5 years the All-Star game man has just not been it. I will say this in 2020, that was a damn good All-Star game. The year Kobe passed.
Yeah,
Those guys they went out there and competed their ass off, but after that, man, the All-Star game has just been going down. Guys are just not trying anymore, competing like it once was. But I appreciate them trying. I always said that maybe they could try to, you know, replace the dunk contest with like a 1v1 tournament or something like that. I don't know, just to kind of give these guys a different option out there. But I think that in a sense it could make it more competitive. To your point, if it was more so just Team World versus Team USA, I think that would have been a lot more better.
yeah,
Just to see like the actual talent of the guys from America versus other countries.
yeah.
I think that would have been very very nice.
Look,
But
I got an idea why you were saying that, brother.
oh yeah yeah
If you have them play right this year, I think it's in Los Angeles this year. If the United States team wins, the game gets played. You have All-Star Weekend in the United States. If
oh
the world team wins, you have the All-Star game in one of these alternative locations that they're trying to
mhm.
play games at, France or
Right.
Madrid or whatever, right? Just an idea that popped in my head.
No, that's a good idea. They got to come on with it though with this.
It's gonna cost money.
Yeah, it's gonna cost for real, bro. But no, I definitely I like that idea, and I can see where you coming from. But to answer the question though, is it more competitive or is it just for ratings though?
Right. Which side are
Man,
you on?
yeah, that's a great question. I think it's more so for the competitiveness. Like I
Okay.
can see that. Yeah, I say that. Yeah.
Did you know that NBC is like hosting it as part of the Winter Olympic Games?
I don't know.
Yeah, they are. Well, they are. Like that
Oh,
next
they are. Oh, okay,
year,
okay. Oh, they are.
NBC hosts like the Winter Olympic Games, so they're just going to play it as part of that presentation with the Olympics. So it is interesting from like that standpoint of like ratings.
Yeah.
But no, I do feel you. I did want to ask you this, man. Like, does it so basically if the teams don't get filled, right? If the fans don't vote in enough international players to the international to fill a 8-man international team, or if the coaches don't pick enough to make the 8-player international team, then
Mhm.
Adam Silver just picks international players to add to that team to fill the void. Basically, that's the policy around that. Isn't it like concerning that like all stars will be picked just because
Mhm.
they're international? You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't make the regular all-star team, but now you're going to make the all-star team because you are an international player.
Right. Right.
So I don't know how that's all going to work
Yeah.
out. I'm going to give it a chance to be true.
Yeah. It's
I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to watch and I'm going to try it out just like
like
they are. But I am skeptical to say the least.
like if you represent the world, bro, you should go in this with the mentality of like, man, we got a chance to do something here. Not even world, just USA too. Like both sides. Like from the fan perspective though, like another question I had down here, I often wonder like what fans want to see like the matchup of USA versus World instead of like the three-team idea, like you was alluding to.
Yeah.
Which I think that they probably should have tried to do USA versus World first. Because on top of my head, man, World is loaded over there. You got Luca, SGA, Giannis, Wemby, Jokic, Embiid. Like I can go on and on. Like there's
Yeah.
it's a lot of talented players over there. But yeah, I definitely agree with what
It's,
you said.
it's competitive. It's interesting because with 3 teams, you could end up with 2 U.S. teams at the end, right? if I'm understanding it correctly.
I would want to say yes. Like I wanted like a third wild card team. I wonder would they do something like combine his sophomores and rookies in the league or something like that.
Hmm. It's interesting.
Or I don't know, maybe the guys that didn't get selected to make the All-Star game, would they be on the team? Some like
It's
the rejects.
Yeah, yeah,
Say
no, I know what you mean.
mm-hmm.
The other side is the positionless requirements. So, well, there
Mm-hmm.
are no position requirements for the voting for the All Star teams in general. So,
Well,
they have an 8-man team of guards.
but that kind of goes back to when they broke the rule of the All NBA teams voting. They took
Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't. They took the position like away.
yeah,
Like it can be five guards making the first team. It's not point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center anymore.
right.
So that kind of lines up together. So I don't really see a problem with that.
Yeah, no, I don't see a problem with it either. I guess my only concern would be, do fans have a bias against, like, say, a big man versus guard play, right? Guards are
But
just
though,
more entertaining. Like, I
that's
don't know about you.
that's what I was going to say. But though, it comes down to the All Star game. Who is more fun to watch? Guys like Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, athletic guys, that can dunk, do crazy dunks in the All Star game. Whether to, with all due respect, Jokic, he's going to make it anyway. But
Yeah,
it's his play style more fun to watch, like watching the All Star game. I think
same with
most people,
Embiid. Yeah,
yeah, most people say no. So
Embiid's not a player that fits on an all-star team. He's a guy that needs the ball in his hands a lot. Like, yeah, there's a couple guys like that. I feel you. Um, It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It'll be interesting. I think the one caveat to that is, I think it's the starting five gets voted on by fans, players, media.
yeah, yeah,
The reserves are selected by coaches.
that's
So
interesting.
are the coaches just going to balance out these rosters when they select these 7 reserves? You know what I mean? Like, I'm curious to see how that ultimately plays out as well.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Let's see how it go though. For sure.
Overall, I like it. I
Yeah,
do.
me too. Yeah, for
I
sure.
like that you're trying something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hey, as a fan, I can appreciate that. So next up, we got to work on replacing the dunk contest for that 1v1 tournament, Doug.
Give them a chance with the dunk contest if we could just have like Vince Carter like commentate or something. You know what I mean? Like have like Michael Jordan at the dunk contest,
Mhm.
and these guys got to go out and impress Michael Jordan or Vince Carter or these
Yeah,
all-time dunkers. If they can set it up to be presented in that way, let's give it a shot. But I feel you, 1v1 is going to be, if they
yeah.
could do that, that's what everybody wants to see.
Mhm.
You could take away the whole All-Star weekend and just give us
That's,
1v1.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Saturday night, just strictly 1v1.
That would be like beyond fun to watch. So yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, but hey, man, moving on, man. Your fellow friend, we got some breaking news of the Dallas Mavericks. Nico Harrison has been fired by Dallas. Ah, man, why did Mavericks fire Nico Harrison and what's next in Dallas? Uh, the front office fallout. Nico was fired after a fan frustration and a distractions Luca trade to the Lakers. On the court, they said Dallas is dead last in 3-point makes and shooting offense this season with no true playmaker. What's next? It's a guy named Dennis Lindsay is rumored to be the next GM. And Anthony Davis, to your point, you mentioned this earlier. There's trade speculation already brewing around AD and potentially Kyrie, but
Yeah.
it's like I always when I speak about Nico, I always imagine like I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan,
Fair.
and this
It's a good way to do it.
yeah because this has to be a damn good feeling. Like this dude traded a guy that led your team to the finals in the season after that you trade the dude. Like that just makes no sense. And it's not fair to a guy like Cooper Flag because it's like it's already high expectations on him. Like he's already the number 1 overall pick. And now
Yeah.
he's coming to a situation where a lot of Dallas Mavericks fans running out of like patience, like they had Luca and then they going from Luca to a young prospect in Cooper Flag who's not been looking the best to start the season out, but he's still young, got a lot of work to do. But the fact of the matter is this, man. What are your thoughts on Nico Harrison being fired by the Dallas Mavericks?
Yeah, I think it was about time if you really look at his track record since he got to Dallas. You could even go before it, but since he got to Dallas, he's done some decent things to kind of overshadow some of the huge mistakes that he's made. The recent mistake of trading Luka, that should have been the final straw. You ended up getting lucky, getting the first pick in the draft and getting Cooper Flag. That was bad. That was luck, right? Luck, luck.
Money
Uh,
talks.
yeah, lucky them. But they end up getting Cooper Flag, and maybe that was able to buy him a little bit more time with the fan base, and having the offseason to get hype about getting this generational talent of what's supposed to be right, and maybe he hasn't shown it all just yet, but he'll get there. He's just on a different timeline than Klay Thompson, D'Lo, AD. Kyrie,
right.
PJ Washington is ready to compete now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when you look at it from Cooper Flag's standpoint and moving on from Nico Harrison now, might be best to clean house and get AD and Kyrie and even a Klay Thompson if you can out of there and just go with these young guys and Lively and Cooper Flag and try to build that way. But that's easier said than done. As far as Nico Harrison being out, let's just look at it, man. He drafted Jaden Hardy. Sure, that's solid. Derek Lively, that was a great draft pick. He's turned out great for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Max Prosper, we'll see. He still hasn't.
I think they end up waiving him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So nothing for them. We'll see if he even becomes an NBA player. Cooper Flag, obviously, it's a good pick, regardless of what happens, right? He did re-sign Luka in 2021, which obviously good. That's your franchise player, right? He traded for Kyrie in 2023, and then he traded for PJ Washington in 2024. So those are his good moves, right?
And Gafford.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good catch. Gafford was a good acquisition as well. Helped them on that playoff run with Luka a few years back. Made a finals run. How about that?
Yeah.
Bad moves. The problem with these is that they're really bad. The first one being letting Jalen Brunson walk out of the organization, right? Walk out of the door. And it's not that Jalen Brunson moves on. Maybe he wasn't a great fit with Luka Doncic. Maybe they are two ball-possessive type of guards that need to be separated. Maybe. You don't do it for free. You don't separate them for free. You should have traded Brunson ahead of time, or if you were going to trade Luka eventually, then you should have kept Brunson and traded Luka at that time. Make up your mind.
Yeah.
Then they, traded Porzingis to the Wizards for Dinwiddie and Bertans and maybe whatever, right? Kristaps, what is he at this point in his career? He helped Boston get a championship, but was he a big part of that? I don't know.
Right.
The big one being trading Luka Doncic, man. And I think the nail in the coffin was obviously how the Lakers started this season as well. And Luka averaging basically a 40-point triple-double for the Lakers, leading them to a top 4 seed in the West so far. And that was the nail in the coffin for the Mavs, man. It was time to move on when you got people chanting at the games. To your point, Flag, fire the GM. It's not Cooper Flag's fault. It's not the players' fault. They didn't, necessarily sign up for this situation. So, yeah, to answer your question, it was about time, brother.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to your point, fans are bringing signs to the game saying "Fire Nico, F Nico." I mean, it got to the point, man. This dude had to get like serious security, like brought to him around the game, bro. Like it was just that bad. Like guys were threatening this dude. It was getting that bad. But
do you think he needs another job?
Like in the NBA?
Yeah.
No, he's not trustworthy, bro. Like to make a move, like man, I was thinking when I heard the news yesterday, like to make a major move like that and not let your head coach know, that's the most snakiest shit ever, bro.
Yeah.
You make a major move like this and you don't even tell the head coach. That when they made that trade and they went to the press conference, bro, Jason Kidd looked so lost, like so lost. But to your point, though, you brought up a great point about Jalen Brunson. You know what's so crazy? This happens a lot in the NBA. Teams will let players walk and then they have to turn right back around and get a similar player with that same skill set until the Dallas Maverick point, who they had to go out there and get. Kyrie Irving. After letting somebody like Jalen Brunson walk away by refusing to pay him,
Yep,
which is crazy. You see the type of player he is now. Now, to your point,
you're so right. Yeah,
maybe Jalen Brunson and Luka couldn't coexist, but I mean, him and Kyrie Irving look damn good together. So,
right.
and before Jalen Brunson left, him and Luka look good together.
It
So,
sure did. Yeah.
yeah, it looked damn good together. But no, you brought up all great talking points. I just think it was time for Nico to get up out of there because sooner than later, though, man, like if this season keep going the way it was going for the Dallas Mavericks, I don't think things like I'm not joking when I say this, bro. I don't think things would have ended too well for Nico, like from a still being on this earth type of thing. Because Dallas Maverick fans are diehard fans, but they do not play about their teams, bro. Just
Yeah.
like the Dallas Cowboys, they the
Yeah.
same with the Mavericks, bro. So and saying that, that's that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I do have a question for you though. Jalen Brunson. Do you think he could have become anything close to what he is in New York, in Dallas? Like, obviously, he's the face of the franchise in New York, so not like that far, but just what he's become. He's a prolific, unstoppable scorer in a sense, right?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I guess it's the same as Luka in a sense, like maybe a lesser version. But do you think he would have ever gotten close to this in Dallas next to Luka?
I think so. I think so.
Think he could have done?
Not not what he is. Like your question was close. I think it became close. I don't think he could be like the guy he is in New
Right.
York. And yeah, but he can be something like that. Like I just kind of think of like Tatum and Brown, how they was able to coexist with each other.
That's a
You
good
get
point.
yours, I get mine. I think him and Luca could have been on the same page with that.
That is a good point.
Hmm.
It's crazy. It just has me thinking about SGA and the Clippers and how they messed that up. There's so many cases of this
Yeah,
around.
it is, bro. But also, you brought up a great point. You start to wonder though, man. Like, depending on how the season go, will they make Anthony Davis available? Klay Thompson, Kyrie, who knows?
Anthony Davis would be a highly coveted player, I would
Yes,
imagine.
there are a lot of teams out here that is a Anthony Davis away from getting over that hump. A lot of teams.
I
So yeah,
feel that. I feel that. Kyrie. The problem with Kyrie is he's probably not coming back until next year sometime, right?
if this team keeps struggling, I don't think you should come back at all.
Trade for him. I don't know, but
Yeah, but that's enough with that Nico talk, man. Wish that brother the best on his future. you know, we'll see how it goes. But moving on though,
what we got next?
we got Draymond Green calls out the Warriors. Would you say he called out the Warriors? Hmm.
Yeah, he Draymond Green said he doesn't feel like the Warriors are committed to winning.
Okay. That's fair. Me being a Warriors fan, watching the games and stuff, I can see why he would say that. He has his own faults as well, but he said this is the quote that hit me. He said that this team doesn't feel like it's committed to win, like you just said, but he also said like it's like a agenda thing. Like guys are just trying to play for themselves and not like the team. Like he mentioned, like last year when they traded for Jimmy, like everybody was like on the same page, like focus on winning. But it's like
Who do you
now
think
it's.
he's talking about?
But see, a lot of people say he was talking about Kaminga, but he not talking about Kaminga, bro. If I had to take a guess, he definitely talking about Pods.
Pods.
Because yeah,
Yeah,
because Pods came out like a week or so ago. He was like he want to be better than Steph
I
Curry.
saw that.
What made him say that? I don't know. But if I was Pods, I would say shit like that after Steph Curry retired.
Yeah.
Not while I'm on a team with Steph Curry, bro. I would not say that. Like, no, bro. But no, like um, I definitely would have to agree, like with what Draymond said. It's like it's not a level of togetherness. Like how I mentioned with your Sixers, how you guys are. You can just see that you guys playing
Yeah.
together. Whereas to us, bro, like if you were to watch the OKC game last night, some of the silly turnovers we was having, even Draymond himself just throwing dumbass predictable passes, bro. You would have just been frustrated to see that.
Yeah.
Trace Jackson Davis had 6 turnovers last night, and like 4 of those were like off moving screens. Just kind of simple things that kind of come back and hunt you, and it just got the best of it. Jamie wasn't really aggressive last night. Kaminga has been kind of struggling the past couple of games. I don't know what's going on with Paz right now, but Steph didn't really look too good last night. but it just we're not together. We're not one unit right now. You know, to the first 3 games of the season, it looked like we was all on the same page, but now I don't know, man. I really don't.
Because y'all started what 5-1? Is that what it was? 4-1.
Four, yeah, 4-1, something like that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's definitely come a long way. 6-6 now. I think I saw that you guys have lost like 6 straight on the road.
Bro, yeah, we have, yeah.
I guess my thoughts coming out of this was that Draymond is a smart guy at the end of the day. Like, yes, he can be mouthy, he can be a little expressive, he can be a lot expressive, right?
I mean, you can be a lot of
He is
things.
smart at the end of the day, and he knows what he's doing here because you guys need a kick in the ass, something to get the thing running, right? The machine rolling. And I think by calling guys out publicly, that's one of the easier ways you can do so. I did like, you have to read a little bit further into his comments, but he does say, like, it's me too. It's not just like everybody else around me. I'm part of
Right.
this as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And the
Yeah.
big thing, man, you guys are going on a decent little road trip or continuing this road trip coming up, and you're going to need some W's because you don't want to drop 3, 4, 5 games in a row, especially in the Western Conference. You guys are taking on the Spurs tonight. Then you take on the Spurs on Friday, again in San Antonio, but NBA Cup style. Then you go to Orlando. Then you go to Miami. So what? 4 playoff teams, you would assume, between these 4 teams, playoff caliber teams. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And you guys have already lost 6 straight on the road, so you can't afford, obviously, to go on another losing streak on the road. So I think Draymond is being very calculated, is what I'm trying to say
Oh,
here
yeah.
with these words and getting guys fired up. But the Pods comments, bro, that shit is wild.
To,
I
to
read
my,
it and I was like, what? Like, what the
to my, like he said, he can be better than Steph or want to be better than Steph.
I get confidence. Like, I
Yeah,
understand, but
I appreciate the confidence too, but you
there's
know,
levels, like, I don't
it
know. There's
is.
confidence, and then
And
it's like,
like
oh,
with all due respect to somebody like Paz, bro, he's a very good player. Don't get me wrong, but you have to kind of be careful when you say things and how you say things because
yeah,
that type of stuff, like people nowadays, they take stuff out of context. Like they
yeah,
can rub somebody off the wrong way. It could have rubbed Steph the wrong way in a sense. Because it's like this, Pause. With all due respect, bro, you're not like you're not the main focal point of offense. Like teams are not just when they doing their scouting report, like Brandon Podziemski, he likes to do this, he likes to does that. Like
right.
you kind of get your shit off like based off Steph and Jimmy or Kaminga. Like you're not going out there creating for others like that, bro. Like you kind of get yours on the back end. Like after those guys get that shit off. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, no, you're spot on. You're spot
yeah.
on. It's just kind of weird,
Hmm.
It's kind of weird, but we'll see where it goes from here. You guys are obviously going to get a nice road test moving forward, and
Yeah,
I do. To be clear, I think you guys are going to answer it. I haven't had a time to watch a ton of Warriors basketball, but I'm hoping to catch this game tonight, and I do think you guys will get it turned around eventually. You just have too many veterans that know what they're doing, know what they have to do to get this ship right. But how do you feel about that? Do you feel like this road trip's going to go well, or do you think you still got some growing pains to go through before you start to see some positive results?
I think we could kind of turn things around. Sooner than later, D'Anthony Miller should come back. He's the guy that can help contribute.
Yeah,
Not saying he'll turn our season around, but he's another guy that can help.
yeah,
Supposedly, we supposed to sign Seth Curry back pretty
okay,
soon, so that's the guy that can bring in shooting, a veteran,
familiar, yeah,
and hopefully Al Horford can kind of get back to knock down his shots. He looked really good the other night when we played. I forgot who we played at home, but he looked really good. Then the Pacers. He looked really good in that matchup. But yeah, I think we kind of figured out just growing pains. The thing is though, bro, me and you both said this. It's just your room for error, bro. When you're in the Western Conference, it is so slim, bro. So
yeah,
slim. Like we 6-6, and I guarantee you, like 3 to 4 of those losses come around April. Will come back and hunt us
yeah.
when we're doing the seeding. So it's saying that I will hope these guys are locked in and turn things around because we have to. it's really you can't look at it as later. Like it's now. We have to start turning things around right now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's a great way to put it, man. I was actually just looking because I noticed you guys have played the Nuggets multiple times already.
Hmm.
You played the Spurs multiple times. It's interesting, man. The only reason I bring that up is because the Sixers have played the Celtics 3 times already, which is just
In the
weird.
regular season.
Yeah, already. 2 regular season and 1 NBA Cup game.
So y'all played them 5 times.
No, like we played them 3. Oh, we played them 4 times. The Cup games count.
Oh, see, that's why I was saying, does the cup game count? Because if not, because I know typically, like, if you're in the same conference, most teams play each other like 4 times over the course of an 82 game season. So if you're in the same conference with each other, but
Yeah, we obviously are. No, only 4 games. Yeah, so I
okay,
guess the
well,
NBA
that's
Cup
one.
game counts as one of the 4.
Okay,
So yeah, we played 3 of 4 games already this season, which is just weird to me.
well, they say you guys are rivals, so
Yeah, we lead the series 2-1. Good start, but yeah, interesting. I was just curious if you guys had played the Nuggets 3 times already or something. That would be really weird, but
just twice so far, my friend, just twice.
just twice.
But moving over to the key matchups for the night, man, we have the Knicks versus the Magic, we have the Lakers versus the Thunder. Out of those matchups, who you got winning? Knicks versus the Magic. Who you got?
Man, gut feeling says Magic. I just feel like they need a big dub. I know it's on the road. Knicks have been playing really well to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
Just go with the upset pick. Nothing against the Knicks. I just think Orlando need a signature win.
Hold on. Who did Bang hit the game winner against the other night? Because he had a game winner at the buzzer.
Take a look it up. Maybe I'm tripping. Was it? Was it?
It was Monday. It was Monday. It was a few days ago.
Oh yeah, it was the Trailblazers. Yeah,
Yeah,
112.
he hit a game winner. So
Which the Blazers have played pretty solid to your point to start the season. They're 5-5 now, but they started the season pretty hot. The Magic are 5-6, man. So yeah, I think they need this. It's not. I mean, that means nothing. The Knicks can definitely beat them.
yeah, the Knicks because Mikal Bridges has expanded his game this season. I've seen him being more of a playmaker. I think he averaged like 5 assists. So.
What'd you say?
Mikal Bridges, he's
Bridges.
he's averaged like 5 assists or something like that. So I guess they let him initiate the offense a little bit more.
That makes sense, though. He did a lot of that in Brooklyn, man. That's actually a good move. Smart, Mike Brown. Maybe it was the right move getting him in there instead of Tom. I'll go Magic, but yeah.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go Orlando too. I think we can agree on this. I think that they would need to beat a team like New York. No guarantee they're going to though, but
right. Great night, man. We agree.
They could use this win. I say that.
Yeah.
But sliding over to the Lakers versus the Thunder, man. The Thunder is on the second end of a back-to-back. They played us last night. I don't know who's all out for this game or who's going to be playing, but who do you have winning?
Interesting.
I think the Lakers are going to OKC. So, but then again, though, I will say this: Chet did not miss a shot last night. He was like 9 for 9.
Really?
And they didn't play their starters in the fourth quarter. It was just that bad.
So they might be fresh tonight, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that all those guys play tonight.
And they're at home. Let's just see real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go OKC. It's hard for me to. This team is just too damn good. When you got guys like AJ Mitchell averaging like 18 points per game, they're just too good, bro.
OKC is undefeated at home. The kicker is the Lakers. I was just looking; they're 5-1 on the road this season. The tail end of a back-to-back. Could you just get like a spectacular Luka night on the road, a 40-point triple-double night? Yeah, it's like every game. So yeah,
you're going
to defend the hell out of it. I don't know. How does OKC fare against Luka?
They got guys to throw at him. You know, when they go zone, they're pretty good. So
I'll go against you. I'll pick the Lakers tonight with a surprising win and give OKC their first loss.
Okay, so you got DeAndre Ayton going out there cooking, huh? Okay, I see you.
Damn, when you put it like that.
Hey man, it is what
Like
it
that, I don't know.
is.
The wrench, the name I did not need to hear.
Hey, that's your boy, man. Dominating. DeAndre Ayton.
You go out there and dominate Hartenstein and Chet.
Good luck with that, my brother, because you're gonna need it.
Good luck,
But
brother.
so that's pretty much it, man. You got the Lakers, I got the Thunder, and we both agree with the Magic. So it should be some entertaining matchups for sure.
I go in Detroit tonight too, man.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Matchup, but no, those are the two matchups on ESPN that people will be able to see on the national scale.
For sure. But as you know, we do this every week. The weekly Who You Got segment, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be interesting and very, very curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Pistons versus the Thunder. If the season ended today, chat, the Detroit Pistons would be the number one seed in the East. The Oklahoma City Thunder would be the number one seed in the West. That's your finals matchup. So long story short, who do you got winning the matchup? The Detroit Pistons in the East or OKC in the West? Who do you got, Scotty?
It's actually interesting because the key word that I'm hearing is if it started right now. And if it started right now, J-Dub would not be in that OKC.
That's true.
So then it goes to what? Basically, Cade leading his team versus SGA leading his team. You look at Jalen Duran, he's having a great season right now. I mean, the dude
he's gonna get paid.
Old school basketball, man, just dirty work down there, big body, just muscling guys around, rebounding, blocking shots. And then you get to like the younger guys like Asar Thompson, who he kind of gets overshadowed by his brother. You know, I feel like Amen Thompson gets all of the praise and the glory of the Thompson twins, but Asar can hoop too. Maybe not at the level of Amen, but he can hoop. Obviously, you have Holland. You'll get Jaden Ivey back at a certain point. Well, you can't factor that in. Let me take that back. Jaden Ivey out of the situation right now. All that being said, I am going to go with OKC.
I knew it, bro.
I
knew it, bro.
They have the reigning MVP or reigning Finals MVP, and I do think SGA plus Chet would be a little too much even without J-Dub for the Pistons. But
that's fair. You hyping the Pistons up like you just finna pick them. That's crazy, but I ain't mad at it. But I will say this, just like you mentioned with OKC, no J-Dub, the Pistons without Jaden Ivey is pretty a big deal. Like a lot of people don't forget how good he was looking before he went down with the injury last season. He was looking pretty good. But you hit it on the head. All great points. I love the depth over there with Oklahoma City. A guy like AJ Mitchell has had one heck of a season. Casey Wallace, all those guys that know their role and playing into the T. You see the leap of Chet Holmgren. He's taking another leap offensively. And Detroit side things, Isaiah Stewart has been a monster off the bench, averaging like 2 blocks, like 7 rebounds, just doing the dirty work. Jalen Duren is definitely going to get paid this off season. For sure, Cade Cunningham, one of the ones for sure, I say. That's the best way I can put it.
I agree.
One of the ones. Although he did take 45 shots the other night to get 45 points. It's crazy, bro. But hey, once you got the green light, you got the green light. But
you gotta do.
Yeah, but no, I would agree with you, bro. I go with Oklahoma City. I got the Warriors got their ass beat last night. It's just hard for me to just pick against this team. They just so good, bro. I can't even hate on them, bro, for real.
I know, man. I will say this. Well, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you good. I like the Detroit Pistons more than Oklahoma City. I do, but it's just hard for me to pick against that team. They so well coached, fundamentally sound over there. They play for each other, not like personal agendas. Like everybody know their role on the team. They play it to the T. So I would have to go OKC as well, man.
That's kind of, what you said there at the end was kind of what I was going to say about Detroit. I feel like they do have a similar culture to OKC, if that makes sense. Like the youth, the youth leadership, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like
fun leader, he gets down to the younger guys. Same thing with Cade Cunningham. And they have, the vets mixed in, like a Tobias Harris that can provide leadership as well. Duncan Robinson added to the picture. They got like seven or eight guys in average in double figures this season, similar to OKC without J-Dub right now. They got about 6 or 7 guys that are average in double figures. So they're kind of built the same. What do you think Detroit has to do to get to that level? And I guess the level of winning a championship.
Let's see what Jaden Ivey look like when he get back.
That could be it, right?
That could be it. You never know. You really shouldn't just try to trade for nobody because they looking so good right now. You don't want to mess that chemistry up.
Yeah.
But let's see what Ivy looks like when he come back. He may be that piece that, whether he starts to come off the bench, could potentially lead you to the promised land. Who knows? But I will say this: you brought up great points about leadership because when they played your Sixers the other day, Jalen Denver came over to help on something, and then Andre Drummond got like a free layup or something, and then him and Usher kind of bumped heads about it. They was like, it was an intense moment for
Yeah.
sure. But they went back to the huddle. They hashed it out like real men. Jalen Dunn was telling him something. The shirt Tom said, "No, you good, bro." Basically, like you helped the helper in that scenario. But the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is, these guys they have each other respect. They play for each other, and there's no hard feelings. It's coming straight from basketball, like
Yeah.
none to kind of
For
get you
sure.
down and then. So I love to see stuff like that. To your point, just young leaders and bringing that to the squad. So yeah, it's definitely cool. And also, bro, like with Detroit, man, it's kind of scary because you don't know what their ceiling is, bro. Like everybody know their role on this team. Duncan Robinson shoot threes.
Yeah.
Kay Cunningham, we run the offense through you. Or Should Thompson, you guard the best player every night, be in the dunker spot. Occasionally knock down threes. Tobias Harris just be a vet, knock down shots, rebound. Jalen Darren just be that enforcer, set hard screens, dive to the rim, rebound. All these guys know their role on the team, and it just is an amazing sight to see for sure.
It is. No, and that's why they ultimately sit atop the Eastern Conference to start the
Mhm.
season. We'll see if they can ultimately maintain, man. We'll see. Kay Cunningham, we really don't know what his peak is, to your point. Was it last season? Is it what we've seen so far this season? We don't know yet. We got to find out. So um yeah, this team could go. This team could go to new levels this year. We've seen teams in the East in the past, and I mean the East is wide open right now with the injury situation across the board. Um, Interesting, man. Detroit and New York. They are the two teams, just from a Sixers fan perspective, that I'm looking at right now and thinking we need to get to that level, right?
Mhm.
The Knicks, the Pistons, I think they still have levels that they can go up higher. I'm not, denying that. I just think when you start to look at these, those are the guys, those are the teams that are kind of leading the way and, setting the mark for where you want to be. So hopefully the Sixers can get up there.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you on that, man. But anything else before we get up out of here, my brother?
Nah, brother, we got in a good show. I'm happy we did. I got a busy weekend ahead of me going to the Eagles Lions game. I'm gonna miss you though, man. When I'm watching all this NBA content over the weekend, I'm gonna be thinking about you in our next show. So,
Yeah.
nah, that's it for me today, brother.
Hey, man. With that being said, make sure you guys follow my guy Scotty on X at Scotty Drone. Follow me at Archeraw30111. Follow the pod on YouTube, man. We appreciate our support and love. We up to 216 subscribers. Let's push for 220. We constantly seeing the channel grow each and every day. And we don't take for granted. We appreciate everybody that taps in. Follow the TikTok at NBA to the Galaxy Pod. We post clips on there just in case you missed the pod live. And yeah, man, we'll try to link up again as soon as we can. But with that being said, we out. Peace.
Peace, everybody. Enjoy the NBA slate.